Were you told you were shy? Do you identify as shy? Do you hate that word now? Do you just wish you could get over it and get on with your life? Welcome to Shining Beyond Shy, empowering you to create a greater life than you ever thought was possible. With your Shining Beyond Shy host, Fiona Cups. Hi everybody, Fiona Cups here, your host for this week's episode of Shining Beyond Shy. And I'm calling this week's episode Exploding Head. And this is kind of a personal episode about me and my exploding head. And maybe you can hear I have a bit of a cough, sore throat thing going on. And I was telling myself, well, it will be difficult to do the podcast. It will be really difficult to do the podcast because I might start coughing. And it's like, so I may start coughing. And here I am anyway. And do you ever notice when you're quote unquote ill, sometimes there comes a time where taking action and doing stuff actually starts to make you feel better. And I'm not saying always, it's like sometimes rest is required. And I have rested quite a lot over the last couple of days. And I have also done what's needed to be done. And yeah, it's actually a choice now to be doing this podcast. And so far I haven't coughed. How does it get better than that? So, exploding head. Yes, that's me, exploding head. It's literally, I'm just like, oh my God, it's so intense. My head just hurts. And it's not kind of a, funny to use these terms, but I just use them. It's not a traditional headache. And I don't tend to get headaches. This is this is an exploding head. And some of you will know about the Access Consciousness bars. My sense is that this is more to do with my bars running and my bars saying, hey, please run me, please run me. And it's also to do with, it's like I tend to get a lot of pain here around the power band. And my sense is that the way to release that pain is actually to step into my power and my potency. So I'm going to say a little bit about these things. So when do we tend to get these exploding heads, and including what I call the traditional headache? So often my sense of it is that we get headaches when we're overusing our head. And I had the sort of extreme of that when I had chronic fatigue syndrome. I had like a fuzzy head. It's like a brain fog. I couldn't think straight. And where did that come from? Oh, I'm going to cough. I didn't warn you I might cough. So where does that come from? Well, my sense is it comes from when I was really ill, or before I got ill, I lived in my head. So not only was my accountant working out all these sums and numbers the whole time, actually I lived my life from computations. And, not entirely. It's like I still followed the energy. I still did crazy stuff that I couldn't explain to anyone else. And particularly when I was traveling, I was able to follow the energy. And live intuitively, if you want to put it like that. But I guess that when I was being an accountant or working in the real world, I thought that I had to live from logic. And so I was living in my head. And at a certain point, that becomes so difficult. And my sense is that I'm in such a period of change now that this kind of head stuff that's going on is making me aware that I'm still in my head, and it's an invitation to let go of that and come into being, come into following the energy, living from what I know rather than what I think. And so in Access Consciousness, we talk about this, that we have thinking and we have knowing. Thinking is the kind of the mind fuck where we go round and round in circles and figure it out, and it can take a long time. Knowing is where we just know something. And one of the ways that you can get out of thinking is that if you notice that you're going round and round in circles and you're getting into a tiz and you're going into overwhelm, it's like, what you can do is you can just ask, oh, what do I know here? What do I know here? And your mind may be telling you all kinds of crazy shit. But when you ask, what do I know here? You'll get a sense, oh, the thing that I am obsessing and mind fucking about and overthinking about, actually, it's all going to be fine. You'll get that knowing. Or it may be that you get the awareness of something that you need to do in order to avoid some kind of thing going wrong. But the thing with the mindfuck is, oh, it's going to go wrong. Oh, you're bad because it's going to go wrong. It's going to go wrong. And you're so bad and stupid because it's going to go wrong. You've done this again. It's that kind of energy. Whereas with the knowing, if the knowing is that there's something that you need to do, there's a lightness about it. Oh, I need to go and talk to this person. Oh, I need to send this email. Oh, I need to step back from this relationship. Whatever it is, it will have that sense of lightness to it. It won't have the sort of the mind fuck energy. And just to say, if you are shy or you have been shy, you're on a journey away from shyness, whatever, likely is that you've been in your head a lot. And maybe like me, you still are in your head quite a bit. And I say that, I'm so much less in my head than I was. And yeah, I still suffer from this overthinking. And I'm so grateful because I'm starting to be able to see where I'm doing it now. And I think the thing about the thinking is sometimes you can't even see that it's going on. One of the things I love about Access Consciousness is that you can just ask, hey, universe, show me where I'm overthinking. What would it take for me to notice when I'm in the thinking? What would it take for me to notice when I'm thinking and interrupt it with a question? And as I said, the question that I'm using at the moment is, what do I know here? What do I know here? And the great thing about that is, well, it gets you to your knowing, but it also gets you to acknowledge you. Oh, I'm not some pathetic thing that's at the effect of my thinking. I actually know something here. And it brings you back to you, the being, not you, the head on legs. Hey, I'm Fiona, and I'm a head on legs. So everything that brings up, me saying that, and you can just do that with you. Oh, I'm Matilda, Patricia, David, with a head on legs. All of that, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, poets, and beyond. And what the clearing statement does is it just lets go of all the energy that's tied up around that stuff and allows you to have freedom from it. How does it get better than that? So, yeah, poor me. Not only do I have exploding head, I have cough. So, what else can you do to help your exploding head? So one of the things that happens when we go into overthinking is that we compress and we contract. So one of the things that you can do, and let's do this now, is just ask to be space. Ask for your being to be out round the room you're in, around the country you're in, and out round the universe. Be space, be space, be space. How much space would you have to be for the mind fuck to give up? Anything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, perverts, and beyond. And if you don't know the clearing statement, you can go to the aptly named clearingstatement.com and listen and read about it. But basically, it just sweeps away all the stuff that's up around the thing that we're asking the question about. How does it get better than this? Okay. What else? So you can also ask, if I weren't thinking now, what else would be possible? So thinking shuts down the possibilities. And you know that when you're on that hamster wheel of going round and 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 round, it's not leading to possibilities, it's leading to the opposite. So if I weren't thinking, what would actually be possible? Is there anything else I want to say? I get this may be just a short episode, but a short but an important one. When you get out of thinking, you actually come to the brilliance of you, the beauty of you, the magic of you, the being. So, and one of the reasons that we can go to thinking, and actually this is really helpful for me to see this now, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this podcast, and you know, sometimes I'll do this, it will be something that's up for me, which I know will be up for you and other shy people. So and it helps me to see what's going on, kind of real-time facilitation. So sometimes when we're stepping into a new space of being, when we're stepping into more than we have been, the mind will panic and will come up with more shit to stop us. So in this case, the shit is the thinking, and it's brilliant. It can just stop us. And my sense is that me experiencing this extreme head pain and head blah, it's like it's showing me where I'm not choosing the change that's possible. So where are you not choosing the change that's possible for you? Everything that is, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. And are you willing to have what the universe is willing and ready to gift you? Everything that brings up, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. Yeah, and in the end, are you willing to be the magical being beyond the mind, beyond the thinking that's actually possible? And if you were that, how different would you be? How much freedom would you have? So again, everything, all of that brings up, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. Okay, beautiful people, I get that's all for today. So if you know somebody who could benefit from this, somebody who's shy and is overthinking and destroying their life and not enjoying their lives, and do with stepping into the brilliance of them and letting go of the overthinking, then please, please, please forward them this podcast. And if you like the podcast, please like it. Please leave a comment saying you like it. What if every shy person on the planet could find this resource? What if every shy person on the planet could have the chance to go beyond this? Okay, beautiful people, I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I'm so grateful for you. It would be great if you could subscribe, great if you could leave a review wherever you're listening. And if you'd like some quick, simple tips to overcome shyness wherever you are, please go to my website, fionacutts.com, where you can download my free product, 5 Steps to Overcoming Shyness Wherever You Are. Thank you again, and see you next time.